Good morning, friends. Now we are discussing a two-phase method numerical in the module number 2, that is LPP solving of the subject operation research. Two-phase method. So here the objective function is to be minimized given. So subjected to the four constraints, four equations we have with the two variables x1 and x2, they are greater than 0. Greater than or equal to 0. We have mixed constraints, both less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. So change the objective function of the problem, because initially it is given as minimize. First we will make it as maximize and then we'll convert back to minimization problem. So it is the objective function is now changed, z1, so that is multiplying by minus, so it becomes minus z, that is equal to minus 5x1 minus 6x2. So minimize problem is converted as maximize z1, so that is negative of this z. Then wherever we have greater than or equal to constraint, so multiply both sides by minus 1. So third and fourth constraints are multiplied by minus 1. So it becomes minus 2x1 minus x2, and this greater than or equal to becomes less than or equal to, and even second constraint we have greater than or equal to, so multiply this also by minus 1. So all the three constraints, second, third and fourth, will be multiplied by minus 1. So x1, x2 greater than or equal to 0. So the given set of equations are rewritten like this. The objective function is also changed by multiplying by minus 1 on both sides. So introduce the slack variables. So because the left hand side is less than right hand side, by adding something on the left hand side, we are making LHS equal to RHS. That is made possible by adding four slack variables S1, S2, S3 and S4. So we have introduced each slack variable in all the four equations. So x1, x2, s1, s2, s3, s4 all are greater than or equal to 0. And take these negative terms to the left side, they become positive. So 5x1 plus 6x2, and then we have z1 here, so that is equal to 0. So the first iteration table will be written as usual. So writing all the variables with z, the objective function, in the first on the top of the table. Then the first row will be having the coefficients of the first equation here 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and other entries made 0. Like this, the objective function row we have 5, 6 with x1 and x2, 5 and 6. Other entries for the other variables 0, and we have z1, its coefficient is 1. Solution is 0. So the solution column is having 10, minus 12, minus 12, minus 3 and then 0. Objective function row. So here the first phase, okay, here we have some negative entries in the solution column. So that is, the solution is not feasible. So all the entries in the solution column will be made positive. So that is the phase 1. When all the entries in the solution column become non-negative, then we'll go to phase 2. Now phase 1, how to convert all the negative entries into positive entries. So now take the most negative one, so that is out of minus 12 and minus 3. So minus 12 is the most negative one. So that is present in row number 2 as well as row number 3. So take either row number 2 or 3 as the pivotal row. Then the ratios are now taking the column 1 and 2 are having the negative entry in the pivotal row. So we have minus 1 and minus 2. So they are present in column number 1 and 2. So divide them by minus 12. That is the entry in the solution column. So minus 1 divided by 12 and minus 2 divided by 12. That is 1 by 12 and 1 by 6. So take the largest one. So that is 1 by 6. So that is column number 2. Make that as the pivotal column. So now in the pivotal column and pivotal row where they are intersecting, we have the pivotal element. So that is minus 2. So that is the key element. So that key element should be made as 1 and other entries in the pivotal column as 0. So minus 2 should be made as 1 and other entries like 1, minus 1, 0 and 6 should be made zeros. So using suitable row operations. So we are getting the new table. Here also we have negative entries in the solution column. Still the right hand column has negative entries. So apply phase 1 once again. The most negative number out of this is minus 6 and minus 3 is minus 6. So take that as the pivotal row. So now we have in the pivotal row 2 negative entries, minus 3 by 2 and minus 1 by 2. So then divide these two negative entries by the solution entry. So that is minus 6. So minus 3 by 2 and minus 1 by 2 are divided by minus 6. So 0.25, 0.083. So take the largest one. So that is 0.25. So that is the first column. So that is the pivotal column. So now where the pivotal row and pivotal column intersects, that is the key element or the pivotal element. Minus 3 by 2 is the pivotal element. So make this minus 3 by 2 as 1 and other entries in the pivotal column as 0 using suitable row operations. So now it is proved that we have non-negative entries in the solution column and we don't have any non-negative entries in the objective function row also. So here all the entries in the last column are non-negative and use phase 2 now in order to get the optimal solution. So finally we have, if we have here any negative entries, then we would have gone for phase 2 operation as usual to get all the entries in the objective function row as non-negative entries. But right now we have positive entries only. So we have Z max is minus 44. We'll convert it into minimal value of Z by taking minus of Z1, that is 44, with the solutions we have here. Thank you, friends.